Hello everyone, and I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to another fantasy match preview. This is for the game between Australia and England. It's going to be a 3-game T20 series, and the first game is going to be played at Perth. It is the last set of games for both these teams before they get into the World Cup, the warm-ups. So both these teams will want to try all their experiments come these last 3 games. So expect in that terms and that regard that you might not see certainty in the kind of picks that are made. You will see changes in batting orders, etc. But let's try to figure out and anticipate what is going to come about to us. So first up in the keeping section, from what I understand, Joss is probably fit, and if that's the case, I'll go with him. Otherwise, Philip Salt, Matthew Wade is a good option in basis of form, but he's batting very low, so difficult to pick. In the batting section, I think David Warner is an ideal choice. Apart from that, Liam Livingston will be a good option. David Milan versus Zampa will be a matchup for you to watch out for. I'm not too inclined to go towards him currently, and I'm thinking of a differential pick. Now, if Alex Hales plays, I'll go for him. If Australia bat first, I'll go with Tim David. Apart from that, Mitchell Marsh, again, it's 50-50 on him as far as availability is concerned, but this is his home ground at Perth. This is the Perth Scorchers' home ground, so keep that in mind. He will be important if he does play. And how do you look at the all-rounder section? Again, Cameron Green. Now, some important points about Cameron Green. He's playing very high-risk cricket up front. If you've seen the last set of games that he's been playing against West Indies, you must have seen that he's playing shot after shot, so obviously that makes him risky to pick. But then also keep in mind that they're not really bowling Maxwell much, and in the last game, in fact, they didn't bowl him at all. So that makes it really important because he bowled full 4 overs and opened the batting, and hence becomes difficult to leave. Also keep in mind Cameron Green also plays for the Perth Scorchers, so he would know these conditions very well. He's also a player of Western Australia. So I think that he will have some sort of importance here. Ben Stokes, again, he'll be batting in the middle order. That's what we expect unless there's a surprise that England has for us. And he should bowl important overs. Again, you have to keep in mind to check on whether Stokes and Ali will be 5th bowlers or 6th bowlers, and based on that make your final combination. Other options from here, Marcus Stoinis, again Western Australia player, would know the conditions decently. I think will be good in with the bat, but totally depends on his batting number. Sam Curran would be an average pick, I'd say. Again, totally depends on whether he's bowling first, bowling second. So first, I'm trying to lock in all the certainties that I think I'd pick in both scenarios. And yes, Liam Livingston is also a Perth Scorchers homeboy. He's played a lot of games here, and they also used his spin extensively, so we can expect that to happen as well. Then when we look at the bowling section, I think with pace and bounce at Perth, Mark Wood will be a handful, and if he plays, then you have to pick him. The other homeboy here is Timal Mills. He has played a lot for the Perth Scorchers, but I don't know if he's going to start for England. Sean Abbott, I think, should play. Again, he will get decent amount of bounce with the kind of action that he has. And keep in mind that he has been on the sidelines in those series against West Indies, so he can probably start this series. So these are my lock picks, I would say. I would have these guys in all scenarios, these 6 picks. Adil Rashid would be in my team if he's bowling second, irrespective of the pitch conditions, because I think he will be a handful for this team to handle. When you look at the Australian options here, now I think Steve Smith, in the last game again, he really struggled for momentum. If Mitchell Marsh is available and if he's playing at 1 down, he'll be a good choice. But yes, what news I currently have, there's like a 50-50 in terms of Mitchell Marsh, so it becomes difficult for you to pick him. Liam Livingston also, as per the say that Butler has, is going to be a doubtful starter even for the World Cup currently. So if you have to make a left field pick, it has to be Alex Hales, because Phil Salt or Alex Hales, again, there's a battle there in terms of a spot. So for now, we are assuming that these guys are available and going to play. If they don't play, you can obviously switch them out or change them around. Harry Brook is also a decent option with the kind of form that he came in with. So let's look at the all-round options. I think Moeen Ali will come into your team. And with the Aussies having David Warner up front, Matthew Wade in the middle order, I think Moeen Ali can have a decent bowl out there. And from Australia, I don't know if Daniel Sams will play yet, but as far as the bowling is concerned, Kane Richardson should be in your team, and Nathan Ellis, if he's bowling first, should find a slot in your team. And when you look at the balance of this side, I guess an England bowler should complete the balance for you. I think Sam Curran is a decent option, but if you want to make another pick, Chris Wokes in these conditions can be equally handy. Otherwise, Adil Rashid if he's bowling second. Obviously, a lot of the picks will be dependent on the toss, as many of these guys are going to be potential GL options, especially when they bowl first. So yes, I guess the conditions and the toss will dictate that to a large extent. And you do hit the like button before I reveal the captain and vice captain. Obviously, I'll also reveal my final team on the Fantasy Cricket Pro Telegram channel. As far as captaincy, vice captaincy is concerned, I think Mark Wood and Kane Richardson would be top candidates for me for vice captain, whoever bowls first. And Ben Stokes would be dependent on what his position is either fifth bowler or the team or the sixth bowler. So I think that'll be playing a key role for me. So yes, I think Ben Stokes is a decent choice, but again, totally depends on his role, batting number, and the sort of form he's coming in with. If you want to go see if you always have the option of Cameron Green, but with the kind of risk that he takes up front opening the batting, I don't think he's a safe choice at all. So yep, that is the setup of the team currently, and we will discuss the final setup once we have the toss and conditions in hand. Now let's discuss Exchange22 picks for this game. So here we are on the Exchange22 app, and here you can go with just specific players. Even if you don't want to pick many players or try and build a combination, here you can just pick individual players that you feel will perform. So for me, I think Tim David, if he's batting first at 28, is very valuable. Even though he plays high risk, it does come off with the kind of approach that he has. Apart from that, from Australia, I think Kane and Nathan Ellis, if they are bowling first, Kane still seems slightly overpriced, but Nathan seems sort of okay. Daniel Sams can be a sell candidate if he's bowling second. From England, I think Ben Stokes, again, it depends totally on his role. Like I mentioned in the fantasy preview, Adil Rashid is very good at this price if he's bowling second, and Reece Topley if he's bowling first. So that would round up my picks and selections for this specific game. I don't really buy or sell everybody for a specific game, especially on Exchange22. I think the key to get the correct kind of profit here is to select your players rather than go all out and get everyone in. And remember to check the point system. It's pretty similar to Dream11. They just have a few tweaks here and there. But if you're new to the system, I would recommend you to do that so that you're clear on the specifics of the game. And you can download the app from the link in the description below. As far as multi-bagger picks are concerned, you can try someone like Tim David if he's batting first. If you want to go high risk, if you want to go safe, then I think David Warner is a good choice. If Kane Richardson bowls first, he is a good choice too. And from England, when you look at it, I think Ben Stokes has a very good return time, but it obviously depends on the overall role of his in the team. So I think that would dictate that for you. Apart from that, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section of this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you all have a great game.